top 3 supplemental lifts for increasing your box squat. First, squat down on the box with proper form. Second, pause on the box, not with all your weight, but with about 60% of your weight staying tight the whole time. Third, ascend with proper technique, coming with your chest first, making sure the bar travels in a straight line. Those are the 3 top accessories for increasing your box squat. Most people fuck it up. There's a difference between squatting to a box and box squatting. Squatting to a box is essentially just using the box as a gauge for depth. So you just squat down, tap, come back up. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd be more of a fan of it if it was foam or something softer, because usually when I see people do that, they fucking crash down. The other thing is, sitting on the box and they relax so much their feet almost come off the fucking floor, which is essentially not a box squat either. So it has to be, it's not that fucking complicated of a lift, but the problem is when you're first learning to do it, to be able to sit down, get into proper position, and to stand up so the bar comes up essentially in a straight line, it's not easy for a lot of people to do. So they find ways to compensate, which make it easier. Instead of finding ways to compensate to make it easier, just take the fucking box up higher, do that right, and then over a period of time, lower it. Now, how to increase your box squat? That's kind of a loaded question, because I give a fuck about it, because I don't do any other kind of squats and I don't compete anymore and I only use a yoke bar. So I put a lot of time into thinking about how to increase the box squat, because that's one of the few things that I can actually train and try to peak and try to develop to the best ability I can. The same way that you do any lift, train it dynamically, train it max effortly. Do some free squatting. Not everything should always be on the box. For me, yes, I do make everything on the box, and some people I will have do everything on the box. Other people I won't. It falls again on what their technique is with the box. Some people suck so bad at box squatting that no matter what you do, you try to get them to do it, you can't fucking get them to do it. And unless you have a group of people of 6 or 7 people that are all squatting effectively on the box, it's going to be really hard if you have somebody that just doesn't get it for them to be able to pick it up, because you can teach and teach and teach and teach. And I've learned this over the years, and nobody can tell me any fucking differently. You can teach and teach and teach and still not get through because you're not the right teacher. If there's 5 or 6 other people and they see it being performed correctly out of all those other people, they're going to start doing what they see over and over again. So there's that aspect as well. So it's basically, to me, it's the same thing as a squat. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. So where you sit on it, where your knee angle is and so forth, that does matter. If you're trying to build it to a squat, you need to match the same thing. So if you squat with your knee being mid-foot, if your free squat's there, but your box squat is always sitting way back, you're probably not going to get the same carryover that you would get if it was identical. That's not saying that there's no reason to be able to do both, as there is. It depends upon what somebody's weak points are, but that is what it is. So technique is going to be the answer to that one.